All right, everybody, welcome to another video here for SyllaFX. So today we are doing a recap of the entry zones for April the 26th, 2023. All right, so we had 4 entry zones sent out to the group this morning here before the New York session. So let's go ahead and jump right into the chart and take a look at each zone and see what happened. So the first pair we had was the euro dollar. So on this one here, there were 2 different zones that I was taking a look at for possible trades, one being a sell and one being a buy position, of course, as you can see. So price was nearing the top entry zone that I was looking at here. This was a previous high from a previous session, so I was anticipating for price to come back up into that zone and give us a nice little rejection, give us confirmation. Of course, like I always say, the rejection wicks for us to take a sell position. We were aiming for 40 pips on this entry zone and risking about 15 pips on that. And if price were to actually make it all the way down to the bottom and give us that rejection at the bottom there first, then I was going to go ahead and take a buy position, risking 10 pips and 30 pips for the take profit on that. But I believe we were looking more at the first one here for the top rejection for a sell position. So let's jump into the live chart and take a look, see what happened today. All right, as you can see, we did have both of the entry zones set up here. Now, of course, the first one was the one that would have actually played out if we actually got the rejection wick in here. But if we zoom into that, like I always mention, guys, wait for the rejection wicks, wait for the confirmation to take the position, right? So now, if you recall, when we took the actual screenshot for the entry zone, let's jump back over to that for a moment. This is the high here where we had a rejection wicks already there, and we had this long move down for a sell candle here, right? So looking at this is the candle that we were looking at there, right? At that time, we had the rejection here. So by that time, we were hoping for price to come back up into that zone, give us the rejection like it did previously here, and take a sell position. Now, what happened in this case? If you zoom into that, you see that price did come back up to the zone here. It didn't go all the way into it, and it actually started to come back down. So we didn't take a sell position here since we didn't get it to actually go into the zone. Now, on the move back up, as you can tell, price just pretty much shot right through the zone, closed well above it, and broke above the 4-hour major resistance at the top here. So at that point, no confirmation, no rejection. That means no trade. So moving on to the next entry zone that we set up for the dollar yen. All right, so on this one here, let's pull up that chart. So we see that we had an entry zone set up here to take a sell position. The general direction of the market is basically bearish, so we're looking for sells, right? Breaking the lows, breaking these lows, breaking these lows. So we were looking to see if price would come back up to this zone here and give us a nice rejection wick to take a sell position on this trade here. So let's jump into the live chart, see what happened. All right, so going over to the dollar yen. So as you can tell, once price actually came back to that zone right up here, what happened? We did get a rejection wick here. So price came right into the zone like we were anticipating, and we even got this white rejection wick here that actually closed out bullish or bearish. This is where we took a sell position now. Now, as you can tell, of course, this was a losing trade. We can't win them all every time, guys. So we had a losing trade for today on the first one here, US dollar yen. So at this, and this was still a valid position to take a trade because we got the confirmation and everything right at the entry zone. So we sold here. We were anticipating price to come all the way down for a 50 pip take profit, but it pretty much immediately shot up and kicked us out, and we hit our stop loss of 18 pips. So 18 pips stop loss, loss on that on a 5-lot trading size. What was that? I think it was like $600 and something on the recap. Let's take a look there. Yeah, so we lost $672 on that one here, minus 15 pips, our first loser for the day. So outside of that one, so we'll wrap up the US dollar on that trade for our first loser. Moving on to the Aussie dollar. So on this trade, we were in a general direction of moving down, right? So we were trying to see, okay, will price actually make that much of a move back up to take a sell position up here? I didn't see anything clear as far as this level here to set up a zone. So the clearest level that I could identify was way up here. So looking at the live chart though, As we can tell, price never made it all the way back to that level. It didn't actually make too much of a movement back even up to this here to anticipate any type of trade. So no setup on this US on the dollar. No, not the dollar yen, sorry. The Aussie dollar, no setup here, so no trade. So moving on to the last entry zone that we had set up for the this morning on the New York session. Let's see what happened on this one here. So we had two zones that we're anticipating to take trades off of. We have broke this level here and rising up, so we're looking for buy positions, but we were also nearing the highs here. So I did set up a second entry zone up here and set up a mark for us to take a sell position if we got the confirmation, if we got the rejection wicks to sell off for about 40 pips, risking 15 pips on this one. So let's look at what happened on the live chart. All right, so let's zoom into that here. So as you can tell, price went all the way up above here and actually made it all the way up to our entry zone. This is the sell position here that we were anticipating to take, right? Now, and this is why it's very important to be patient, wait for the confirmation, right? So price pretty much shot up, and at the time you could see price was well above the entry zone. So at that point, we weren't looking to take the actual sell position because we didn't get confirmation, right? Now, what happens right after that though? Price starts to shoot back down and closes with a nice long rejection week. This is a clear indication that price wants to reverse direction and continue its move back down. So at this point, after this candle closed out, we took a sell position there. We were aiming for 41 pips and risking about 15 pips on this one here. So almost immediately, guys, this went into profit and just kept plummeting. We got a little bit of a test back up here, and then it started dropping again. And like within about an hour and a half, we hit our TP for 41 pips on that one. So first winner for today on top of the loser that we had on the dollar yen. So let's go to the summary here for today and take a look, see what all we got going on. So April the 26th, we ended up in profit, even with the losing trade. We ended up in profit of $1,378. So the euro dollar produced no trade since we did get confirmation for that, so we didn't take it. The second trade on the dollar yen, we did get the confirmation, took the sell position, but still ended up losing. Hey, can't win them all, guys. So the next, the third entry zone for the Aussie dollar didn't produce our entry level, so we didn't have a setup, no trade. But the fourth one, the very last one on the pound dollar, we got a nice rejection wick at the top there, took that sell position and took home 41 pips for $2,050 roughly. So that ended up with us in total profit of $1,378. So another good profitable day for today, guys. If you guys are interested in joining the membership for the VIP entry zones, go to SyllaFX.com. You can sign up for the membership there. It is $49 a month. And like I said, daily you will get these entry zones. Every trading day that the Forex market is open, you get the entry zones for each of those pairs for you to have the opportunity to trade with us and to make money with us here. Included in the VIP entry zones membership is the full SyllaFX course. And the course is very comprehensive. It goes through all the basics. What is Forex? How does it work? It talks about the risk management involved in being profitable, the psychology behind it, and being emotionally aware of your status there. That way you know exactly how to handle those trades and those losses. And then of course the meat and potatoes of the trading itself is the strategies that we implement. Support and resistance, supply and demand, and trend trading. So if you guys are interested in joining that and learning more about the course, go to SyllaFX.com and you can join the entry zones membership from there. Outside of that, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and just keep up with the channel from there. And if you want to leave a like and a comment in the section below. Thanks for watching.